Punters, how are you? Hope you're doing okay given the current circumstances. We're all in this together. Yes, I had to cancel my trip early. I have come home. The trip I've been waiting for ages and working my way up to and building out the van, I had to just cut it short. I was in Sedona. I finished up filming the van tour stuff and I just went, hey, I gotta go home. So I turned my seat around and drove straight back to Canada. And now I'm in 2 weeks of quarantine, as is the guideline. This is day 5. Yeah, we're in day 5. I thought I'd do a little update video, and I also put out on my Instagram, at Paul the Punter if you don't follow me, a quick little Ask Me Anything session. Also, first up, I came home to this, the 100,000 subscriber award, and I just want to say a massive thanks to everyone that has subscribed. Probably one of the best achievements in my professional life. So thanks very much to all you punters. Now, of course, this is a really difficult time for everyone, and it's going to be a difficult time for smaller businesses. I have a couple of businesses that support me, and I really want to help them get through this. First of all, shout out to Whistler Performance Lubes. I highly recommend this fork booster. It's a great way to keep your fork serviced for longer. I'm going to do a couple of fork suspension things while I've got Dan in the house. He's also in here quarantined with me. I don't know how he's going to survive with me. It lasts for ages, super easy to do, and the best thing is they're even going to give you a 10% discount code with this, Punter10. Hit the link in the description, go and check them out. They do a whole bunch of products that's all bio-based, it's all environmentally friendly stuff. That's why I want to partner up with them. But the fork boost stuff, have you noticed this isn't actually fork boost stuff? It's all in my van, but I can't go out to my van and get it right now. There's so many people. Go and hit the link, use that code Punter10, pick yourself up some fork boost and save yourself some money in the long run. I have a bunch of videos coming. I filmed a load of stuff. Don't panic everyone. Lots to do still. I also have the spark to build up, so that's going to be entertaining. Hopefully it doesn't come across that, you know, people are in the unfortunate situation where they've lost their jobs, for example. It's not going to be just like, oh, look at this expensive bike. It's just going to be something that can take our mind off it, some entertainment for this time where most people are stuck inside. Okay, let's jump into these questions. Will asks, how do you feel about your riding now and what helps you make the biggest improvement? Ooh, good question. I really think it's mobility and my strength. So the more CrossFit I do, the better I feel on a bike. The more yoga I do, the better I feel on a bike. And also just focusing on balance suspension, I would say. I definitely had like it way too soft on the rear suspension compared to the front, and that would kind of sit me back in turns, and now everything's balanced, more compression and slower rebound as well. These things have helped. Also, like, again, stupid plug, but Shimano brakes, they're so much nicer. They're like lighter, you can brake later because there's more power in them. I just prefer how these are. You might prefer other things, it's up to you, but for me, that was the biggest change. MTB Allen asks, when having tea, do you leave the bag in while you drink? No, it should only be in there for a few minutes. You take it out, and most importantly, don't squeeze the tea bag because that releases all the tannins. Then you get like a bitter tea taste. Top tip, don't squeeze the bag. Who is the best rider you have ridden with in Squamish? Well, I guess if you're talking technically, I'd probably say it's probably, Sam Hill. I gotta say, he's like 3-time world champion, multiple downhill world champion. We didn't really ride together, but when we were filming the Pink Bike Hot Lap, I guess I kind of pedaled up with him at one point. He changed gear a lot while we were going up the hill. And I was going up a constant pace, but I just heard like shift, 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 shift. No idea why he was doing that. If anyone does know, please let me know in the comments below. But the favorite person I've ever ridden in Squamish is my English buddy Paul when he came to visit. It was so cool just being able to hang out with him again. Hopefully he'll have some time to come out in the future. For those who also ride Scott bikes, could you cover any mods you've done, i.e. twin lock? Well, in most of my bike build videos that have the twin lock, you can see how I position it in conjunction with the OneUp lever. Well, first of all, you have to get the lever that doesn't have the dropper post on it and maybe pick up a OneUp lever, but they do make them, they are available. That's the mod that I've done. And I only use the middle position. Casper asks, how's the concussion after that slam? And why did you not try to clip out or anything? Well, it was a blue jump trail. I'd done it a bunch of times that day. The video is coming out next week. And I just went over it. The wind came through, blew the bottom of my wheels, and it was just such a small change that I didn't think anything bad was gonna happen. So I thought I could just ride it out. But when I landed, completely washed, landed smashed on my head. You can really hear it in this audio here. and broke the helmet. Helmet's no good now, but it did its job completely, and I actually didn't have anything afterwards. Went and got myself checked, it completely did its job and I was fine. Really lucky. Rob, who has helped me out with a bike build before, he helped me build up my Spark last year, asks, how much better is Shimano shifting after years on the other brand? The shifting is insane. Like, I know I'm sponsored by Shimano and everything, but it actually blows my mind every time. The fact that you can shift while you're pedaling and it still works, it's been flawless. The whole time I've had it so far this year has been unreal. Jonas asks, any advice on starting a YouTube channel? I get this at least once a day right now from friends, from people randomly messaging me. The best thing to do is just to go out and do it. Learn how to edit, use your phone. Everyone has a smartphone nowadays with a camera. Like, that's what you've got to do. The best thing to do is just go and start. Fancan asks, you walk 1 mile south, 1 west, 1 north. You end where you started. Where are you? Oh, hang on, I read that wrong the first time. Wait, let me think about this. No idea. Answers in the comments below. How do you get sponsored? I get this question all the time, to the point, please stop asking. It's not gonna stop, but I'm gonna keep getting it anyway. I am sponsored because I have more than 100,000 people subscribe to my YouTube channel, and I have a huge reach. I put out videos, they get thousands of views, and I do it on a consistent basis, and I have a real connection with my audience as well, which is why I want to do things like this a little bit more, so we get to know each other. And that's why brands sponsor anyone, because they have reach and they connect with people. You know, I guess that horrible word influence does happen. Do you ever actually use the twin lock on your Scots? All the time. I only use the trail position. I don't really find there are many situations where I would need the full lockout. All the time. Ask any of the people I ride with. I always go on about it. I think it's really, really useful. Oh, Mike Levy from Pink Bike asks, if you ride 10 times, how many of those are normal rides and how many see you doing work? That's a really good question. I'm actually surprised, Mike. I'd probably say maybe it's 50-50. I'm pretty good for just, because I do videos, I try and do third-person stuff, so it's normally filmed in like a day. It feels like I've just been doing van videos forever right now, but I can't wait to go and do more mountain bike videos. But I'd probably say it's 50-50. I can keep things pretty chilled. Like if I ride 4 or 5 times a week, I can do a couple days of filming, it's no big deal. Mike also asks, have you ever shaved your entire body and would you? Now this is what I'd expect more from him. Last year I shaved my legs because I was using the power massager, the Tim Tam thing, and all the time the hairs kept getting caught up in it, and I was like, I'm gonna try it. And actually, it was really amazing. It's such a lot of faff though to do it. Oh, Dan's mum, how's my son? He's doing great. Probably the best housemate ever. Why didn't you choose to run any 2020 frames on your Genius or Ransom? Things have been tripped up with manufacturing as far as I'm concerned, with the things that are going on. And my frames just aren't here. I mean, my Genius is working perfectly fine from last year, and I do have the new Spark that we're gonna build up soon, and that is a 2020 frame. I have to rebuild that, obviously, with the new parts for this year. Just haven't got around to it. Send it, ask, do a tail whip. No, you barely qualify as a punter at this point. Name change, or did the punt life choose you? Look, in Squamish, I live not far away from world champions. Their level is very high, and it also keeps me very humble. That's the best way of me focusing on getting better at mountain biking, which is what this channel is all about. I don't think I've actually improved that much. I think I'm just doing little things better. I guess every time someone sees a video, they think, whoa, he's got so much better. Very kind words, obviously, but there's so much more to develop on my skill set. I'm buying a new bike, and I can't decide between the Scott Ransom and the Scott Genius. Well, it all depends where you live. If you lived somewhere like here in Squamish, where it's quite gnarly, I'd probably recommend the Ransom with 170mm of travel. If you live in the UK, I'd probably recommend getting a Genius, really. It's 150mm. It now comes with a 36, which makes it super stiff, than the 34 that was on last year. And I love that bike. In Sedona, it was perfect. So, I mean, just try both. Go and demo, you know, don't just go off what I say. When will you and Dan ride your bikes down your stairs? Well, we'll see how it gets to it, but probably not likely. I kind of like to keep everything very clean. Peter 96 Matthews asks, for the BC bike race, do you think a 160mm enduro bike is too much suspension? Yes, I do. It's far too much. You want as light a bike as possible for this thing, but good tires. What's been your biggest fear to conquer in mountain biking? You've improved a lot. Thank you very much. I would say the biggest thing that I got over was when I rode down the Champery downhill track, because that was the scariest day of my life. We did it first in 2013. Yeah, 2013, and it was the scariest trail I've ever ridden. But then I went back this year and I rode it like 3 times. So I think that was probably a big fear to get over. There is this one trail in Pemberton that I really want to get over called Gravitron. but we'll see. I don't even know if it's still riding. How old are you? I'm 32. I'm gonna be 33 in a month. Oh, Julian, who is the marketing person at Scott, why can't you just make the video 7 minutes? It's a great question, Julian. As you may know, the YouTube algorithm loves longer videos, especially those of 10 minutes or more. And in my experimenting, there has been a clear difference between videos that are above 10 minutes and videos that are below 10 minutes. So hopefully, me explaining this is gonna help me get this video to 10 minutes. You'll know before I do. Which Michelin tire is Enduro? Well, they actually have one called the Wild Enduro. They have a front and they have a rear. I've been really enjoying them. Not a proper sponsor, but they help me out with a bunch of tires that you can see right there. I think they're very good. Could you ever do a bike giveaway, and why or why not? Greetings from the UK. I don't like to do a lot of giveaways. I don't think it really does a lot for the brands. Obviously, it's nice for you guys. I have things like the discount codes, like Punter 10. Click the link in the description to pick up some Whistler Performance lubricants products. Definitely get that fork boost, guys. It's amazing. I just don't really want it to be about giving away. I'd rather give you this free content and you enjoy that. That's just my personal opinion. 27.5 or 29. 29 for all things trail riding, enduro, whatever. However, on the downhill bike, I have a set of 27.5 wheels coming. I think that the dream setup is going to be 29 front, 27.5 back. Klim Bagius asks, who is your favorite climber and why? Alex Honnold, easily. I've seen Free Solo so many times now, amongst other movies, including the new Real Rock 14. It's available now. It's about them breaking the record on the nose of El Capitan. I highly recommend it. It's worth $20 and it's very inspirational. But that's why Alex Honnold, super inspiring, has really helped me kind of look at the differences between risk and consequence. Obviously his are a bit more extreme, but I think they can scale and be relevant to most people. How much punt could a punter punt if a punter could punt? Quite a bit. Isaac asks, you should do a bike packing trip to get away from the coronavirus. Actually, I just did a post on my Instagram the other day. People should be really chilling out on these rides. So a bike packing trip into the middle of nowhere, probably not the best idea. If you get hurt, A, you're more likely to catch the coronavirus because you're in the epicenter of where it is, and also you put on more strain onto our healthcare service. How are you? I'm doing great, thanks for asking. What's the time? It's 5 to 2. Matt asks, how bored are you staying at home? Well, me and Dan have already invested in a PS4. We've got workouts from Rebel Fitness. Check out this Instagram. Ooh. Right there, there's a bunch of workouts that you can probably do inside. Dan doesn't go to the gym much, so he's been hating it already. We had to do this workout the other day that involved a lot of air squats. It's been 3 days and we still can't walk. Are you getting out to ride or are you going full lockdown? Well, I have to be on full lockdown. So I've got 10 more days and I'm not even sure if I'm gonna carry on riding. I'll probably do something very, very easy. I've got my e-bike that I really wanna make a video about, and I think I can do that without taking any risk at all. So fingers crossed, but we always take risks leaving outside or going mountain biking. So what's the world's best blue run? Funshine Rolly Drops in Whistler, without question. Probably one of my favorite laps of all time. Sponsored by Shimano, but still running Crank Brothers pedals. Yeah, I've used Crank Brothers pedals for like 5 years, and they've actually, given my time in the industry, they've always helped me out with giving me free pedals. They're not a sponsor or anything, but I just prefer the system, and I don't want to spend ages of time learning a new system. I know the Shimano system is great, people love it. Everyone just loves the things they prefer. I said to Shimano, can I just run these? And they went, yeah, no problem, no big deal. How do you put up with Dan? Dan very much puts up with me. I want to make that completely clear. If you didn't mountain bike, what would you do? I'd probably get into climbing. I'm probably gonna do more climbing. The amount of climbing movies I watch is stupid. Greatest crash to this day. Well, it was never actually captured on camera, but I was riding with Tracy Hannah and Jamie, and I went over the bars. I put a hole in my carbon full face and I was severely concussed for quite a while. I was kept overnight in an Austrian hospital. They were just gonna check that I definitely hadn't broken my back or had any fractures or anything, and that was a very scary time. So that was the biggest crash of ever. Do you ever regret leaving the UK? Nope, not really. Sometimes when I miss family members, and also the convenience of supermarkets and how food is a lot cheaper over there. My favorite YouTuber to watch? It's probably gonna be PewDiePie or David Dobrik. In mountain biking, I love Shane, the crashing dad. I love all of his videos, and I'm a big fan of being BKXC's patron. I mean, everyone is killing it. BCPOV, Lone Ranger. Josh doesn't actually make that many videos on Daily Mountain Bike Rider, but when he does, I still watch them. I watch everyone. Seth, Alex, Single Track Sampler. I know I haven't named someone. Bobo, I love, just a whole bunch. No, I'm sorry if I didn't name anyone. What's your middle name? My middle name is James. I don't know anything about your background. Melissa, this is why we're doing this. How long have you been riding for? I rode all the way through high school and what have you, then I got to university and I didn't have anywhere or a car or anyone to ride with, so my interests plummeted and I sold my bike, got really fat. I think I actually got up to like 200 pounds or something, and I even lived in a pub at one point. But then in 2011, I got a job with Factory Media and Dirt Magazine, and I was in Manchester and I moved down to London and I started riding again. And everyone was a really high standard around me, and I always felt like I just couldn't do anything, but I just kept with it, spent more and more time mountain biking. So there you go. So I'd say properly again since 2011, 9 years. Who is your favorite rider? Great question. I'd probably say Brendan Fairclough, probably Ollie Wilkins, another huge favorite. He might be one of my favorite people I've ever ridden with as well. He's just such style on the bike. Adam asks, how crazy is it in Canada? How crazy is it getting in Canada? It's getting all kinds of crazy here in the UK. I don't think it's getting crazy. The crazy thing is people not listening to the guidelines and just doing whatever they like and ignoring it, especially younger people. Like, that's obviously been reported. I don't want to have this too COVID or whatever. Just like listen to the guidelines. If everyone sticks together and does it, then more extreme measures won't come in. What was your first bike? I had a Kona Scab. It was 2002, and then I put a pair of Z1 bombers on with a massive 130 mil of travel. I thought they were insane. What's that for a tattoo? Oh, do you mean this? Do you mean that? Please go and watch my video that I did with Bobo for the full story of how I got that. Are you doing the EWS in Whistler this year? It's probably not gonna go ahead. I highly doubt it is, but I have put my name down for the 100. I know a bunch of other YouTubers have. If it's not the EWS 100, then there's no point doing it in my eyes. Thoughts on the Michelin tires in the different conditions you've had them? Someone told me to put the Enduro rear on the front for somewhere like Sedona, but I don't think that was very good. I think they need to have kind of a less aggressive front tire for kind of dry conditions like that. They probably do. I haven't seen one on the list, but I think that I would just put the Wild Enduro front for everything and see how it goes. Hi Paul, what percentage of your income is from YouTube ads? I'd probably say, I mean, it really depends, but let's say 50%. Update on the Whoop strap. Hey, BKXT advertising does work. No, so one thing I struggled with and why I got it is because I didn't know if I was actually tired or if I was being lazy. So now I have this app that tells me if I've had a good night's sleep and if I'm recovered and maybe if I should take it easy or maybe if I can push it hard, and I think it's going to be benefit, but I haven't had it that long. It's very comfortable. Normally I hate wearing watches or anything, but it's been pretty easy. What's my favorite book? Alex Honnold's autobiography, Alone on the Wall. Highly recommend it, it's really good. I'm also reading this book called Brilliance. Is it Brilliant? Brilliance? Shimano or Shimano? It's a great question. I'll go with Shimano. What would be your best upgrade when you first buy a bike? I gotta say the OneUp dropper post, because it's the shortest insertion. You can put it in probably any bike then, and the more drop you get, the better it is, 100%. I've never had a problem. They're super easy to service. Great company, based in Canada. There's a link in the description below. Go and pick yourself one up. Does that make sense? Oh, pick yourself one up. Oh. What is your biggest struggle mountain biking? My name is Ewan. Hello, Ewan. Or perhaps it's E1. I do know an E1. I'd probably say it's confidence that I'm going to do something and things aren't going to go wrong. But I'm starting to get over that in quite a big way. There's been some serious gains over the last few weeks. What was the reason to become a YouTuber? That's a great question. I think the most valuable thing in my life is time. I have more time to do my own thing and be on my own schedule. Why Fortnite? Well, it's free. I see it on the internet all the time. And I can play co-op mode with Dan. In fact, I might go and do that right now. Well, that's it for the Q&A, punters. I want to get back to Fortnite. Dan, why is Fortnite not on the TV? Fortnite will be back on the TV. Stay indoors, don't take risks, keep exercising, take it easy, chill, watch some videos. Like and subscribe, watch this video twice. A lot coming. I'll definitely keep you entertained during this period, and I'll see you next time.